Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode in Hutan Pantai. Almost said Riverbend Springs. So today I want to continue with the farming experience, and I do want to produce silage bales. Now I think I need to... Well, I actually have bale wrap and round bale net completely full. I was kind of thrown off with it. I was expecting it to be a bit less. No, I don't want to sell. I want to enter extractor. Hello. Good. Now, the cutting, windrowing are gonna be done off screen, or maybe just a few short takes of the action shots. And then I'm gonna go and wait a second. Okay, yeah. I was thinking that I need to harvest rice already, but no, it's not yet time to do that. So in any case, yeah, I'm gonna cut the grass up, windrow it with a few action shots, and then I will take you on a ride with me with baling and wrapping. Remember, we have a Vicon fast baler, and I haven't done any baling and wrapping at the same time, so this is gonna be a bit of a new experience, but I do think it's gonna be a fine one. Why exactly am I driving all the way down? I could start mowing at the top. Oh well, it is what it is. They say that the habit is an iron shirt. Very hard to take off. Okay, let's unfold this. Let's unfold the front mower. Let's turn everything on. Dropping down, and away we go. Is it working? Working. Perfect. So this setup makes it a lot easier to mow the grass than what we had at the beginning, the side mower only. Yeah, it goes like knife through butter. This is probably not the right saying for this occasion, is it? Never mind. Never mind. And yeah, perfect. So just the triangle of doom. Infamous triangle. And we should be done. With the mowing part at least. Okay, so let's fold everything up. I don't think I need to move away or take the tractor back. I don't particularly need it at this very moment, so I will use this tractor to move the baler out of the shed. And I'm gonna use the Iziki to go around and row the grassland up, so we have neat rows ready for baling. And this Aiziki should be plenty capable of doing the work I needed for, so yeah. And since we are in an Asian country, it's only fitting to use the Japanese make tractor. I'm still waiting for the manual attach mod. This is one of the mods that makes the game a bit more realistic and more to my liking, but as of now we don't really... Well, it probably is somewhere on an unofficial site, not the Giants modded site, but I tend to not use unofficial mods or mods that are not on the official Giant site, the mod hub, because you never know where they come from or who created them, and I really want the creator to be credited for his work. Now, I'm not sure how the mod hub actually works, but I believe there is some kind of a financial return for all the modders. At least I like to think so, because so much work goes into creating these mods and they are just freely available, and they make the game last so much longer. You know, you could only do so much with the base game machinery and have a limited amount of fun until you get completely bored of the maps of the machines that you're allowed to use. But with mods, it keeps the game alive for years and years. So yeah, essentially the modders make the game so much more enjoyable. And if Giants would have to take care of keeping the game up to date, well, not up to date, but fresh, and put new machines all the time in, they would have a lot of work to do, and it would be not only time consuming but also financially quite heavy for the company. So they can focus their resources on other things while modders produce more content for the game, which I think it's a symbiotic relationship that works really well in this case. So yeah, I sincerely do hope that the modders get something in return for their effort. Whoops, I'm driving into the neighbor's field. I should not have done that. In any case, yeah, I will tag back in when I'm ready to start baling. Yet again, this job has been completed extraordinarily quickly. I just have this, and that little part is not gonna be windrowed. No need for that. Now let me put the windrower back into the shed, keep it covered. I have seen there is a mod that actually simulates the undercover or the vehicles being stored in a shed or undercover and vehicles being out in the open, and I believe it affects the state of repair or disrepair for that matter. Which means that if you have a vehicle that is out in the open and it's exposed to the rain, the speed of decay, speed at which the machine gets disrepaired or damaged, is heightened. So overall, a good mod, but I would have to check, because sometimes, you know, there are mods at least this was the realistic weather mod. I have spoken about it. It's currently deactivated in this game save because it also simulated the damage made by hail, which is all fine and dandy, except that in sheds like this or in modded sheds, even though you had your equipment under cover, it still damaged your machines when it was hailing. So you can see where the problem can come from. You know, different mods use different coding, and sometimes things are just not very compatible. Which is fine, you know, it's still okay, but it's something to keep in mind when you're doing stuff and using different mods. And yeah. Okay, so we already have a bale out and it's already getting wrapped. Ha! And I also got the achievement. It's a wrap. And I have missed a bit, which I'm gonna fix it when I come back here later. Is this tractor too underpowered for this machine? Maybe. Kind of feels like it is. Man, we are churning out bales. Look at that. We dropped one there and we already have another one wrapping. Interesting. Really doesn't take long until the baler is all full. Well, that just means we're gonna have a lot of bales to take away, which is all fine and dandy, all good. But how much quicker the job is getting done now. Okay, never mind the tractor, it is underpowered. I should be using the New Holland. My mistake, but I'm not gonna correct it, not at this very moment. On the other hand, what I wanted to say is, if I would use the old system, you know, the regular baler and then the wrapper, the job would take firstly longer, because the regular baler I would need to stop every time the bale is completed to unload it, and the second I would need to then change the vehicle or the implement and go wrap everything up, and then again you know, it would take a lot more time than this is. This is like a factory. It's like a combine harvester for all it's worth. You know, the combine harvesters, they usually process everything. They are like a moving factory. Okay, again, I missed some. Good, well, let me do a quick little time lapse. It shouldn't take long until this field is finished. But I do want to have a bit more time left in the episode for actual taking the bales away and making another stack similar to the Great Wall of Hutan Pantai. good. The field is all baled up and wrapped, and now I need to take the bales off the field, and this is one of the parts I like the most. And since I have this joystick, the Thrustmaster's farm stick, it's yeah, it's a real pleasure. It wasn't so much as pleasure at first, I will admit that, because it was very, very difficult to control, because I wasn't used to the controls. But now I don't seem to have any problems, and it's a very fun endeavor. And here is my grab, because of course you don't want to penetrate or make holes in wrapped bales. Hey, like a glove. I'm gonna put the bales here next to, well, not completely next to the shed, because they would, whoops, no. Okay, my mind is not at peak capacity, I guess. So I have it in reverse. Yeah, it's quite a juggling act to use front loader and control forward backward movement, because I have it all mapped on a button. And if I forget that I have already pressed the button, or if I'm not in my full concentration about it, I just might make a mistake like this. It's not the end of the world, but it's, you know, if I can help it, of course I do want to help it. And I have since I have started using this Farm Sim joystick, I have lowered the sensitivity back to 100%, because I had it at 200% and it mostly worked fine, but I did have issues with different loaders, because some loaders are very twitchy. They react in such a fast manner that it makes it very difficult to be precise. And I had a lot of trouble with wood transportation harvesters or loaders or cranes, because they seem to be a lot faster than the front loaders are. And because I was used to the speed of mouse controlling, yeah, because the mouse, I kind of felt I had a lot more control, but in the end I was just so used to controlling my front loader tools and everything with the mouse that it was kind of difficult for me. And now, when all this is neatly set and I gotten used to the controls, I think I will never go back to being without a joystick. Would recommend 100%. If you are thinking about it, go for it. Just know that it is going to take you some time to get used to all the controls and how it moves around, how it feels. And your brain might have some trouble at first. But as I said, when you get used to it, it's a dream. The only thing that I have trouble with this sim task controller joystick is that some buttons don't work for me. They worked perfectly in FS22, they still do. And I have the exact same configuration, the exact same mapping in FS25, but some buttons simply don't work. For example, you have a engine start you have an engine start button that works perfectly, and it was like plug and play in FS22. I just started using it and it worked. But in FS25, for some reason, it doesn't work. And I have checked, double checked, I have unmapped and remapped the button, but no success. For example, you might hear it, I have pressed the engine start button and nothing happened. Excuse me, I just tried one other button. So it is what it is. I am not sure why this happened, but I won't cry about it, you know. It's no big deal. And the reason, well, it's no big deal because I simply use other controls for the same thing, and that's all fine and dandy. So yeah, if you are willing to comment, please tell me of your experience with this. If you have the joystick and if it works fine on your FS25. Because as I've said, I don't really know the reason for this. And if most of the buttons work perfectly, why should some not? This is beyond my comprehension. I ain't an IT guy. And nor do I pretend to be. But it's still tremendously fun to use it. So, no complaints here. Okay, well, I'll do the rest in a time-lapse. It's gonna be from the outside view because inside view... Well, maybe. No, you know what? I'm gonna try doing it from the inside view. I'm just not gonna move the camera too much. Because I have heard and I have seen in my own eyes that doing this in a time-lapse, you know, looking around, it's it's a complete mess if you're doing a time-lapse. Yeah, you should thoroughly avoid it. Do as little camera movement as possible for the most enjoyment of the viewer. As you have seen, all the bales are off the field, and now what remains is, before the grass starts regrowing, rolling. So keep on rolling, 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 rolling. Yeah. And this is our grass roller right here, neatly stowed away in the big shed. Let's put it to work. It looks to be in quite a bad condition. It has seen some wear. Alright, and as I have done before, I can start right here. I don't need to go all the way down and then start the field. So I can optimize my process of work just a little bit more. Let's go and aerate. Is it down? It's down. Good. Is it working? It's working. Good. Yet again. I really love the flattened texture of the grass. Yeah, look at that. You can see the difference right here. So in any case, I will do this. And that's gonna be it for today. It was a nice change of pace. Because I mostly done loading of certain logs and branches and stuff like that, and it gets old really fast. Really quickly. So this today is a really nice change of plans, or a change of a tempo. And look at the neat stack. I could have done better, admittedly, but still, it's a good stack. It's all been done from inside the cab, and as you have seen, there were no major issues. So I'm thinking of not taking you on a journey with me of this field rolling mission. Let me just show you how it affects the field. Now I need to go to this. And it needs rolling. Yes, it is getting rolled. But this is the fertilizing effect of the roller. So in FS25 it shows as it's being fertilized, but I think this works in a way that it aerates the roots. So these tines at the front, they kinda make some scratches on the ground, some holes, and the rollers then compact the ground so that moisture can get in the soil and then remain there. I think this is the use for a roller like this, at least on a grassland. But I might be mistaken. I am in no manner an expert on this machine or use of the machine, but at least I think this is how it's used. Or why it's used. So in any case, thank you all for watching. I hope you had fun, and we'll see you next time. Take care and goodbye.